Okay, good morning. Welcome to this Wonderware webinar. We're focusing on OEE in the cloud. My name is Ken Malloy. I'm a technical manager at Wonderware Ireland. So the main aim for today is to introduce you to Insight Performance. So this is Wonderware's online OEE solution. So it's delivering OEE monitoring, equipment utilization analysis, giving you the ability to track downtime. And it's Wonderware's first MES in the cloud offering. So we're going to start with a brief overview of OEE, outline some of the benefits of moving to a cloud-hosted OEE solution, and then I'm going to jump straight into a live demonstration of Insight Performance, and we'll wrap it up with an overview of its architecture and the different connectivity capabilities. All of the lines are muted, so we'll open them up at the end then to take any questions you may have. So to start off, one of the trends I suppose we're seeing is our customers are moving away from processes that rely heavily on spreadsheets to analyze their production data. We know it's time consuming, it's prone to mistakes. Your engineers, your managers, they end up spending more time swimming in pools of data, trying to collate data, pull data in from different sources and standardize that data. So they're not really having the time to drill down to root causes or really understanding where production losses are. And kind of end up in this never-ending loop of firefighting production issues. So as a data analysis process, using spreadsheets is not a sustainable solution, particularly when you want to share accurate information, quickly and confidently with your team for action. And one of the key areas of data analytics in your plant is understanding how efficiently your machines, your equipment are performing. So when we talk about continuous improvement or lean manufacturing, OEE or overall equipment effectiveness, that's the key metric by which we can track those performance improvements. It allows us to establish a KPI for reporting, for data analysis, for benchmarking against your competitors, against industry standards. And so by measuring and improving your OEE, that'll allow you to, and that'll help you to deliver capacity, deliver efficiency gains. Allows you to track what are your equipment downtime reasons, what are your speed, your performance losses, your quality losses, due to waste or rejects, and all of that feeds into helping you then to reduce your overall cost of manufacturing. So why use OEE? Why would you look to roll out an OEE solution? I suppose when it's implemented correctly, an OEE solution can provide you greater plant visibility. So for your production engineers, for management, they're spending less time firefighting those issues, and now they can look to turn all that production data into actionable intelligence and use that to drive those continuous improvement programs, and that's only possible with that level of plant visibility. Where you're using the same equipment, it helps you to make more for less, or make the same in less time, which is hugely beneficial if you've already reached maximum capacity on your production lines. It helps you find that hidden capacity. It'll also help you to achieve faster problem solving, so allow you to drill down to root causes a lot quicker, certainly a lot quicker than your traditional paper or spreadsheet-based systems. And then OEE, as a measurement of your equipment performance, it allows you and helps you to monitor downtime, speeds, your quality, and all of these improvements in OEE, they all have a direct reduction in labor, material, energy costs. Again, all areas that will result in increased profitability. So one of the goals of OEE is to reduce what have become known as the 6 big losses. So these are the ones that contribute to the most losses in a manufacturing facility. So from the top left there, we have downtime events. So that could be equipment failures, material shortages, operators hitting the e-stop on machines. And all of these downtime reasons, they need to be tracked as availability losses. Then you can have minor stops like misfeeds or jams. A lot of the time, they're repeated over and over. They kind of get accepted as the norm by operators. Operators kind of typically fix them on the spot, but then they usually go unrecorded, and no action is taken on them. You have production and startup rejects. They also need to be recorded as quality losses. Where you have machines that are designed to run at their maximum possible speed or production rate, it's often the case that operators might reduce the speed of the machine because they feel they get less rejects or waste. So it's important to capture those events, to build an accurate picture of your performance losses. Any time lost to changeover is also a form of downtime. So that could be machine changes for a new production, a new product run, or planned cleaning. So all of these losses together, they all feed into, what are the key requirements for an OEE solution? Requirements like, helping to identify the most frequent downtime reasons. That's something your maintenance team can take away and use to plan out their preventative maintenance schedule. Helping the production engineers to optimize those setup and changeover procedures. That's key to reducing those quality losses. And also helping them to find where is that hidden capacity in the production line. But overall, it's about providing that, what real-time visibility of your equipment performance to your and right across your operations team. So they can monitor your equipment, those equipment events in real time. They can access reporting, but also that they can securely access that anywhere, anytime, on any type of device. So really, it's all feeding into building that accurate picture of what's happening, those utilization events, and essentially it's about having one version of the truth. So OEE, as a measurement, is expressed as a percentage of your theoretical maximum output. So on the left here, we see here 100% being perfect. World-class levels, reported at 85%. But we see most companies average around the 60% mark, some as low as 40. So there's plenty of scope there for improvement. It's calculated by multiplying your availability percentage by your performance, by your quality. So that's where availability, that's taken into account all those downtime losses. So it's a ratio of your actual running time or your uptime to your planned production time. Performance, that's, we're looking to measure the ability of the machine to produce at a target production rate. So once we've removed, the time lost due to downtime, then performance is that ratio of your actual speed to your design speed. And we've seen some of those typical performance losses, machines running too slowly, minor stoppages. Quality, that's that relationship between your good and waste production. So what's the ratio of my good units being produced to the total units being made, including waste? So if you were to go and actually look to achieve that world-class OEE level of 85%, your plant would need to be operating at 95% availability, 90% performance, and 99.9% quality. So you can see, that would be extremely difficult and challenging for any production facility to achieve that, and certainly made a lot more difficult without an effective OEE monitoring solution. I mentioned in my introduction that Insight Performance, it's Wonderware's first MES in the cloud offering. I suppose in terms of Wonderware's online maturity, Wonderware has been developing their online offering right back from 2010. So we had Smart Glance, Wonderware's first managed solution, right up then to 2014 when Wonderware Online, that first native cloud historian, was released. And since then, we've seen new features being continuously added, machine learning through its news feed, support for hybrid architectures, So allowing you to build on your existing investment with your on-premise historian and look to supplement that with Wonderware Online as a cloud-hosted solution, so you can publish or replicate data directly up to Wonderware Online. And now we have new modules like our OEE in the cloud with Insight Performance. When we look at some of the benefits, moving to a cloud-hosted solution, well, so one of the biggest benefits of the cloud-based OEE solution is that it makes your data quickly and simply accessible for analysis. You can also quickly and simply deploy an online solution, so there's minimal IT infrastructure required. It's offered as a software as a service. A cloud-based solution, it offers out-of-the-box features, and new features are added continuously. And that's seamless to you as the end user. There's no need to upgrade software to get the latest enhancements as you would with an on-premise solution. And all of your data can be quickly accessed securely through modern HTML5 browsers, all of which is optimized to view on different devices on your mobile devices. And Insight Performance, it delivers those benefits as a software as a service module, so it removes that IT footprint that you would typically expect to have when if you were deploying an on-premise OEE solution. So it's helping you to measure and improve your equipment efficiency, and it does this through a ready-to-use equipment efficiency dashboard. So that's where it'll display your current or most recent utilization information, for a machine, for a piece of equipment. And from that dashboard, your operators, they access then to real-time and accurate information on your downtime events. They can edit root causes for an event. They can quickly identify, the KPIs, those main causes of inefficiencies. You also have access then to your OEE analysis for charts and reports. So this is where you can analyze your OEE, your availability data, and you can do that on a single machine or across your plants or across multiple plants, all on one chart. So it's bringing together all of that advanced reporting, analysis, increased visibility. That's what's going to help you drive improvements in your plant performance. And Insight Performance, it's powered by Wonderware, the Wonderware Online cloud platform, so it's fully managed by Wonderware as an OEE in the cloud solution. And the solution can be accessed anywhere from a web client. So from the URL there, online.wonderware.com, production engineers, managers, they can access the web client on their desktop, on their tablet, and they can log into Insight Performance. You could have this running as a web client alongside your SCADA HMI screen on the plant on your production line, or you could have it embedded within your HMI screen, within your InTouch, as a native app to InTouch OMI as well for operators to view and monitor and track utilization events. And as an administrator, then you can manage who has access to your solution. And also all of your configuration for your efficiency or equipment model is also done through the same web interface. So I'm going to switch over to a web client that's running on my desktop. So online.wonderware.com. From here, I've got my email, password, credentials where I can log in. Insight Performance, it's hosted in a number of data centers globally. The US, in Europe, there's data centers in Dublin, the Netherlands. Australia is going to be added to serve the Asia Pacific region soon. My particular performance solution is hosted out of North America. And I can log in here, select my solution, Schneider solution, and this is, I'm presented then with my Wonderware Online dashboard here. So this is, we have a number of Schneider PLCs in our technology hub in our head office there in Manchester, all pushing different data, temperature, weigh scales, data up to our native cloud historian. And if you're not familiar with Wonder Online, there are separate webinars then on our website to get some more information about Wonder Online. But part of this platform, this is where I can access insight performance. So that equipment efficiency dashboard I mentioned, and our OEE analysis then for reporting for analysis. So just before I jump in there, I'm just going to, so as I've logged in as an administrator of the solution, I can access my administration page. And this is where I can add new users and manage what access rights they have within the solution. But I just want to show you as well what's actually involved in configuring Insight performance. So from our efficiency tab, we can configure our MES model. And this is a series of steps in terms of being able to importing various CSV files, and each of these CSV files would detail from our first tab the list of equipment that we want to monitor. So I have two plants here, Dublin and Manchester, with a production line, with a filler, a capper, a case packer, and a palletizer, and a similar production line running in Dublin. So this is where I list all my equipment, those locations. I could do that geographically or within my plant, different parts of the plant. And I can also import then what are the different equipment states I want to track. So idle, runtime, downtime. I can specify different color codes. I can also import all of the utilization reasons that I want to track against each of those equipment states. So my unplanned downtime, I could be I want to record a motor failure or an e-stop. For planned downtime, that could be a planned changeover or cleaning. Similarly, for running, I could be running at normal speed, or I could be running below that normal speed with speed loss. Where I want to enable OEE calculations for particular equipment, this is where I can configure what are those default production rates, what are the target OEE measurements that I want to achieve across my availability, quality, performance, and aggregate it as my total OEE. I can also categorize, what my waste and good production is. So waste, that could be down where I'm recording waste. That could be due to a damaged carton, or it's failed quality inspection. Good production, or good production could be goods produced that were reworked. And then with my OEE, I can also, as well as recording all my utilization events, I can record them and add operation context to that. So I can, what product was as part of my production run, was I producing? What shift was working at the time? Or what was the work order ID? And it's very easy to, these are all imported as CSV files. So you can see here from my OE data, I can build out, I can add to it if there's more operation context that I want to record my events against. And then it's just a case of dragging that in and uploading it into my efficiency model. And for each of those tabs, you can download a sample file that gives you that structure to start off with. So once that's completed, I'm ready then to go in and access my equipment efficiency dashboard. And from here then, on the left, we'll see a list of all the equipment that we're monitoring. And you can see what the equipment state is. You can sort that by state type or by name. So all of my different machines, cappers, capper 2 is running, my case packer is running, filler has planned downtime, or filler 2 is not occupied. And I can select individual machines, and then from here I can view and monitor all my utilization events. So here I can see all my utilization KPIs, and I can look at that for different time periods. So that could be for the last hour, could be for the last 4 hours, or I can specify a custom time period, or this week, this month. So it's very easy to toggle between those different time ranges. And from here, in the last hour, we can see for my case packer 1, my equipment state is I'm running, but there's been 6 stoppages. What's the total duration of those stoppages? What's the time since my last stoppage? I can also see all my OEE data broken down across the 3 core components and my total OEE. If I scroll down for that last hour, very quickly I can see, well, what are the top 5 downtime reasons by count. So I've had 2 equipment motor failures, and also by duration. So those motor failures are causing the longest delays or the unplanned downtime. And similarly, I can look at my time summary. I can see that I've been running for just over 76% of that time. And from here then, I can also view my full history of my utilization events for that time period. So you can see I can click on any of these and show me I was running at a speed loss, the time, the duration. I had an equipment motor failure, or had a conveyor belt was broken, or we went to planned downtime where we had a planned meeting or break. So we're capturing all of that data. It's always been captured as part of our event history. I can manually create events, and I'll talk a little bit more later on about manual and automated data capture. For this demo, I'm going to be able to manually create an event. So here is where I can click and add an event. So I can specify unplanned downtime. Most popular shows me the last 8 most popular reasons, or I can go to filter it by my downtime reason codes. Specify what was the reason. There was an in-feed jam. I can add a comment if I wish, and add that to my utilization timeline. I can also go back and I can edit different events. So I can go in, maybe if we have an automated data collection, all we know is the machine is stopped, then we can go back in and edit those events and actually specify what the actual reason code was. There was a process failure, and add a description around that. It's also possible to go in and merge events. So we could merge left or merge right to expand that process failure event. Or we could split the event. So we could split that right and say, well, we had a process failure. This is the time it took. And we had a period of planned maintenance then to fix that. And that splits the event. So all the time we're building an accurate picture of what has actually happened for us then to report on and analyze. When we move to our production events tab, so now we can view the status of our current production run. So we see we started a production. We can see all of our production run analysis data here. So we planned to pack 1,000 cases. This is our planned duration, 4 hours. And this is our planned completion then based on our start time. We also then have our time and counts bar. So that's showing our actual cases that we packed and what our ideal target is. Shows our actual duration, so we're running for just over 2 hours. And then our estimated completion time. So that's based on our actual production rate and the amount of production that's required to meet that planned quantity. So we can see here then that from here we can manually record our production data. So in this case here, we can go in and we can manually record that we've packed another 30 cases, good production. We can add that. We can see how our performance and our quality is affected. So we can add 60 cases, that could be good, rework. That's increasing our overall OEE. Similarly, we could record waste. So actually, 30 of those cases, it turns out they failed quality test. And so below we have, we can view our good and waste production reason charts. And this allows us then to go in and edit quantities or reclassify. So we could reclassify 300 of those 14 cases, 30 of those were actually rework. And similarly the same then, in terms of our waste, we can edit and reclassify for different disposition reasons. On our OEE data properties, this is providing that operation context then that'll be tracked and recorded against each of those utilization event data events that are recorded. So if we look at case packer 2, this is another production run I'd started. So once we reach the end of production, we can complete that production run. We can see our equipment state is running. Once we've completed, that'll go to not occupied, and then we can start a new production run. And this is where we would enter our planned quantity. We want to, over 3 hours, complete this based on our default production rate. We can, what's the product ID, our work order ID number, which shift is producing is on at the time, and we can start a new production run and start tracking all of our production run data analysis and our utilization events again for this particular production run. From our OEE analysis then page, we have access now to our utilization analysis. So, based on our location, we can look at all locations. We can very easily toggle different equipment on and off. So we want to look at, toggle off the filler and Dublin line. And from here, we can look at our equipment availability, what's the total downtime occurrences, and what's the average downtime duration. And again, we can look at that over different time periods. We can also click on each individual piece of equipment and drill down by equipment to see more detailed utilization data. So again, showing us what are those top 5 reason codes by count, by duration, and a full record then, a full history of all of the different utilization states, tracked again with that OEE operation context. We can look at all of them, or we can filter by downtime, by runtime as well. And similarly then as well for OEE analysis, this is a tab that will show us our total OEE, our availability, performance, and quality. So this allows us to, we can look at the Dublin plants, or we can look across all of our multiple plants, allowing us to analyze the case packer 2 against our case packer on the Manchester line. And we can, as I said, analyze and compare across availability, performance, and quality. So that's a very brief, I suppose, a quick walkthrough through Insight Performance. So just to recap, it's kind of, what it allows you to do is, monitor and track the overall utilization of any asset. So that asset could be a manufacturing or a non-manufacturing asset, and allows you to, to monitor and track how effectively that asset is being utilized. It's delivered as part of the Wonder Online experience, and as I said, it supports automatic and or manual data collection. So today's demonstration, I've shown you how you can manually create your utilization production events. Insight Performance does support some automated data collection through the use of a REST API. And in the upcoming release in June, it will support full automated data collection. So that'll allow you to publish data from your SCADA directly then into Wonderware Online. So now we can historize not just your process data, but also your utilization and your production event data. And from here then use the Insight Performance module then to analyze your OEE data. So who's it for? Well, it's production teams that are looking to monitor utilization and performance KPIs. They're looking to reduce downtime and increase line performance, and critically, where they do increase line performance, sustain that improvement. Line supervisors, they're looking to measure and analyze asset performance, downtime, operational efficiency. Continuous improvement teams, they're looking to discover where are the areas that we should need to target for improvement or cost reduction, and also establish best operational practices then based on those findings. Management are looking for visibility of those KPIs across an individual line, or as I've shown you, they can analyze across the plant or across multiple sites. OEM vendors, they're supplying equipment that allow their customers to be able to monitor their performance, but also now they can log in themselves and monitor the performance and behavior of their plant's equipment. So it's helping your business to understand what's happening, what has happened, what's likely to happen in the future. It's providing that data, accurate data, it's making it accessible to you and relevant data that you can access securely, anytime, anywhere, from a web client. And as with any OEE solution, it's part of a wider cultural shift in your workforce. So, and what Insight Performance allows you to do is empower your workforce to actively, participate in improving your plant operations. So as I said, at the moment, in terms of supported for automated data collection, there is a REST API there that'll help you create those utilization and production data events. And in June, there'll be full support then with the on-premise historian that'll allow you then to publish all of your utilization and production data to Insight Performance. And that's supported from all the data sources that are listed in this architecture. So whether it's you need support for industrial IoT devices through different protocols like MQTT, or through OPC with Wonderware's OI server, OI gateway, or directly publishing from Clear SCADA, InTouch, SiteTech SCADA, from Wonderware Historian, or manually importing files through the web client. It's licensed on a subscription basis. That's based on the number of named users. Those named user packs then are available in increments of 5. And each named user then would have full access to the equipment efficiency dashboard I showed you, and the OEE analysis for all that full reporting and analysis capability. And as an administrator then, you can manage and assign what users have access, what they have access to within the application. So how do you get started? Well, you can go to that URL, to https://online.wonderware.com. You can select the try it now button, and that allows you to walk through a demonstration very similar to what you've seen here this morning. Or up in the top right-hand corner, you can select the sign-up button, where you can begin a 45-day free trial. So you can download the Historian Publisher, OI Gateway, or you can start manually creating your production events. So configure your efficiency model, start using Insight Performance, and and see what value it can bring to your organization.